Bienvenidos a mi canal, aquí comparto mi amor por los idiomas y el aprendizaje constante. People always ask me how I'm able, wie es möglich ist, zwischen all diesen Sprachen zu wechseln. And I just tell them, ce n'est pas un secret. And ich gebe dir 5 Tipps, wie auch du das kannst machen. Also dabei, ja. So my very first tip is something that not many people talk about, I think, but it's change your mindset about learning languages in the first place. You have to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable when speaking a foreign language. For example, for me, English is not a first language, okay? And you can hear it, and I know that you can hear it, and I expect that you do so, okay? And I still feel comfortable talking English in front of the camera because I'm used also in real life to talk and just let my natural accent shine through. It's not an issue, and you shouldn't be ashamed of your accents as well. The second tip would be to set realistic expectations, okay? As I said, perfection isn't very beginner friendly, and it's not something that you should strive for, especially in the beginning and if it's not your ultimate goal in the long term. I don't know if you guys want to become a translator where you need to meet certain expectations or certain levels and you need to be certified by, for example, the CECR. So then yes, perfection might be something to strive for, but for most of us, honestly, just learning to understand and to speak and to get along with others, to understand and read books, to listen to music. This is why most of us are learning languages. And I think these are goals that are way more approachable than perfection and others. So set realistic goals. My third advice would be to start talking. Even if you speak and talk like a toddler, I don't care, okay? Start speaking, start using the first phrases you learned in a book, in a video, in a song, whatever. Just feel free and just try to express yourself in the language that you want to learn. And there are only so many mistakes you can make, and you will make a lot of mistakes, so make them quickly, okay? Start talking as soon as possible, and then eventually it will lead you to the next step, which is take courses. I know many language influencers and polyglots and people that claim to speak 20 plus languages and that they are all self-taught say that they don't take courses. I advise you to do so. I have a background in teaching. I've studied German linguistics and literature, and I was teaching actively. So nothing replaces a teacher, because books are good, books are helpful. The material is out there, but if you don't have the discipline to structure your learning material, to understand and to verify if the material you have is correct, you're in for a bad trip, okay? And you might lose a lot of time. So especially in the beginning, in the phase where you start to speak and when you start to fall in love with a language and when you're setting your goals, you should also consider taking courses, because you will have structure in your learning, and this is very important to have a good foundation and to progress steadily. And last but not least, it would be to go out there and practice. So if you follow the steps that I told you, change your mindset, you set realistic goals, and you start talking and take courses, there is nothing else to do than to just go out there and continue doing what you already been doing. Okay, so now you are at a level where you might be able to communicate more easily, and this is what you should exploit. Okay, go out there and talk. Don't stop talking. Start writing, and I don't know, consume media in the language that you want to learn, but don't stagnate after reaching, for example, a certification of B1 in a certain language. Okay, this is not what you should aim for. You should go for a practical use of the language you're learning, and it's good to have certifications, and it's also good to have courses, of course, but in the end, depending on your goal, you should go out there and practice as much as you can. And then a bonus tip is to be patient, okay? Language takes a lot of time, and depending on how old you are, the neuroplasticity of your brain isn't the same anymore as when you were a child. We know for a fact that children are able to process and learn languages way quicker than adult people. So take your time. If you're overwhelmed by 2 languages and you start noticing that you reach your limits, just focus on one, okay? Don't force yourself in learning 2 at the same time and you don't have the time to learn 1 properly, okay? And many influencers and people and polyglots out there, or channels that I saw over the past weeks and months, they like to portray it as if it was easygoing to handle all these languages simultaneously. No, it isn't. It definitely isn't. And I don't want to sell you any magic formula in doing so, in learning the languages. You need to grind, you need to set priorities, and you need to see for yourself which method works the best. My advice, in short, take courses, start talking, and feel free of this shame of doing mistakes, okay? Because we all do. It's natural. I'm sure I made many mistakes over the course of this video, and I don't mind, okay? I'm trying to improve every day, but I do not strive perfection, okay? So have fun, go out there, talk, and let people laugh about your cute accent, and I'm sure you will enjoy learning languages and the process of doing so. So I want to thank you very much for staying until the very end, and I hope that my 5 tips and the bonus tip, of course, will be helpful for your language development. Thank you very much for tuning in, for helping me grow on YouTube, and I wish you a lot of success in your language learning journey. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to. It would mean a lot to like the video and maybe share with your friends who are also trying to study a new language. If you have any other questions, feel free to write them down in the comments and I will try to respond maybe later on in the Q&A video. Thanks very much, bye bye, and see you soon.